Now, it is the halfway stage in the season for some clubs, not for everybody, especially Burnley, who've only played 15 games. But we always like to take a moment, chaps, don't we, and have a little look back at that first half. And we've asked you to both pick your team of the season so far, Robbie Earle and Robbie Mustoe. But first of all, we're going to have a look at yours, Robbie, and then compare it to your friends.
We can just go quickly. So Ramsdale, Rebecca, breathtaking saves speak for themselves. Cancelo, unique, can run a game from left-back. Trent Alexander-Arnold back to his best. Rudiger, I think, has been the real steady, consistent performer for Chelsea. And Diaz for Manchester City, best defence in the league. Midfield, Rice picks himself, as does Conor Gallagher. Bernardo Silva's been the difference maker for Man City in a team that is often about the team more than the individuals. Salah, 15 goals, 9 assists, got to be in. Jota brought something different to Liverpool, 10 Premier League goals. And Heung-min Son, I think, has been the player for Spurs who's kept them going. And when Harry Kane was struggling out of form and out of focus, Son has been giving the goals. OK,
let's change it on to yours, Robbie Mustoe. Talk us through what's different about yours.
Well, yeah, I've got some different defenders and some different forwards. Totally agree with what Rob says about the players, of course, that were the same. I think they were automatic, really, the fullbacks. Maybe Reece James, I did think about at right-back, but Alexander-Arnold's creativity is so strong. Centre-back's different, Rebecca. Thiago Silva, 37 years of age, just 1 yellow card this season so far. Passes, intercepts, he's constantly organising, a real leader for Chelsea back there. So I just think he's maybe a little more under the radar than a Rudiger. I like what Silva's done, particularly with his experience centre-back there. Max Kilman wanted to pick somebody a little bit different. Didn't want to go with the best teams and the City defenders that don't really have to defend because they have the ball all the time. Max Kilman, really strong part of the Wolves' defence, which is the third strongest in the Premier League. Wanted to pick out somebody different. He's got a goal, an important goal for Wolves. We know he's very, very good with his feet. He's a former futsal player. So Max Kilman in there for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And my front line looks different. Mason Mount on the left-hand side. I just think in different roles, different positions, 7 goals, 4 assists. Was really missed when he was injured. Just a very versatile, effective, improving player for Chelsea. And Emmanuel Dennis, Rebecca Lowe, that may be the one that people are a little like, well, who's this guy? Well, this guy has got 8 Premier League goals, 5 assists. Only Mo Salah's got more goal involvements this season. We saw him score today. Remembering that he's new to this league, he's in a struggling side and he's had different managers. What he's doing as a striker at Watford is pretty remarkable. So there you go.
So well did you pick Kilman and Dennis because you would pick those as the two best defender and striker in the league? So, well, the whole point of the thing is the best.
It's not the point. It's
best
not the point.
Defender.
No, it's how well they've done. The best team, we're going to look to City and Liverpool. It's going to be their team. This is
not really.
We want who's had the best season. So all the other teams and all the other players don't get a chance to win in.
Cancelo, how many other City players? Because City is about the team. It's not about necessarily individuals.
I know. Agreed.
And so it's sometimes hard to pick a City player, and you feel you have to.
But I wouldn't probably pick Emmanuel Dennis in my best, because there's others out there. Yeah, I just think what they've done up to this point. They deserve a mention and a spot in my team. There you go.
We like it. I want to talk about the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. You both went for him. I mean, if I'd said to you 4 months ago, when he was the number 2 at Arsenal, having just joined for a lot of money, that he would be your goalkeeper of the season so far, both of your
I would have said, you are crazy, Lady Lowe. But
you say a lot.
His saves have been outstanding. His personality has been important. He's shown more drive and commitment and has proven to be a better goalkeeper than I thought. And it's been a great bit of business, Rebecca.
I mean, it's a big deal being goalkeeper of Arsenal Football Club.
It really is, and he's taken it so well. Maybe good early performances helped with his confidence. I think it helps with the confidence of his defenders. Now it's a new goalkeeper, a new back four for Arsenal this season. And he has surprised me with some of his athletic saves, where he's made saves where you're like, wow, how did he get to that? So he's done really, really well.
Special mention as well for Conor Gallagher, Rebecca. On loan from Chelsea, was at West Bromwich Albion last season. The only on-loan player in there. Young kid, still at Chelsea's academy. What a first half to the season he's had.
Yeah, indeed. Didn't play today, though, did he? But Crystal Palace didn't need him, beating Norwich by 3-0. Right, manager of the season so far. Robbie Mustoe, you get to go first on this one. We saw it on the graphic.
It's Pep Guardiola. Now, again, I'm looking at all the other teams and how they've done compared to what you might expect. I'd still go back to Pep for several reasons. Main reason being they're 6 points clear. We talked about there's no striker at the football club. No Aguero. Jesus isn't playing there. We thought that could be a problem. No problem. We also continue to see the rotations. Every player at that club is happy because they're part of the first-team football. And they're still the team that looks, to me, to win games the easiest. And that maybe gives you a clue to who might be the strongest at the end of the season. But Pep, with his entertaining style, the rotations, the consistency of the performance, and the fact that the game plan is so set, no matter which first-team player of the 25 that they've got comes in, it's so grooved.
Rob, who have you gone for?
Obviously, Pep came into my thinking, but I kind of thought halfway in the season, if Manchester are top of the league, it's probably where I expected them to be. I looked at David Moyes, their fifth, Rebecca, thought he's had a great season with Europe, but I had to go for Mikel Arteta. First 3 games of the season, no points, no goals, 9 goals against, all kinds of questions being asked. Chuck in the Aubameyang situation that he's had to deal with, go with the young players, be sitting 4th in the table, ahead of Spurs, ahead of Manchester United. Mikel Arteta has had an outstanding first half of the season. And
comfortably 4th as well. There's a 4-point gap between them and West Ham in 5th. OK, we like to do, I think you do it on your podcast every week, and we're doing it now as a half-season marker for the most underappreciated player in the Premier League. Robbie, Earle, you're first.
I'm going to go for James Ward-Prowse, Rebecca. He scored today. I think he's now one of the 4th in the list of players who've scored 10 penalty kicks and scored 10 direct free kicks from outside the box. Just an academy player who's come through, who's a manager's dream, who's captain of a football club that doesn't get highlights. He's not big six, he's not big news, but continues to deliver for you week in, week out. He's the kind of player who will not really get the headlines. James Ward-Prowse has been outstanding.
Who are you going for?
I'm going for Bernardo Silva. Similarly, not a flashy type of player, not a big-time player, not a player that a lot of fans flock to in terms of social media and everything else. He's got 7 goals this year, Premier League goals. The top scorer for the football club right now. A player that can play in different spots, either side, high front 3 or in the midfield positions. I just think Bernardo Silva is such a good footballer that it gets a little bit unnoticed with some of the other bigger names at the club.
Not Max Kilman?
Second best.
Second best. OK, now this is simple. Player of the season so far.
And I think it's simple. It's got to be Mo Salah. 15 goals, 9 assists in 18 appearances, 15 goals in 18. Still consistent, still reliable scorer, still hungry, still wants to play in every single game. There's talk about him being, arguably the best player in the world right now. Yes. So he has to be the player of the season so far.
And is he the best player in the world right now?
I think he is, yeah. Just looking around, we can't see everything. I mean, Lewandowski and a few other great players at other clubs, at big clubs. But I think Mo Salah's consistency and some of the goals he scores pretty special, yeah.
Player of the season so far?
Salah's been great, Rebecca, and I can't argue with that. But down the Robbie Mustoe role, a player who maybe not everybody would have seen, Declan Rice. Played for England, played all the games in the Euros, played every game for West Ham, 22 years of age, captains a football club, added to his games with some goals and some forward threat. Just a dream player to have. Continues to play at West Ham and not be turned by supposedly bigger clubs. Durable, plays every week, future England captain, best English player in the Premier League.
Hasn't had his head turned yet.
Hasn't had his head turned yet.
Will it be turned?
At some point, yes, because he'll deserve that opportunity.
And that could be next summer or this summer?
I think this summer.
Because he's got 1 year left after this summer.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Probably going to...
Sorry, West Ham
unfortunately,
fans.
yeah. They've got to try and get some money for him if he's going to leave.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings every weekend at 7 a.m. Eastern. And for even more content, head over to Peacock, where we've got live games, original series and a dedicated round-the-clock Premier League channel featuring studio shows, classic matches and much more.